Set the stage real quick for this game. It's a 6:30 p.m. kick on Friday on ESPN. Ohio State a 5.5-point favorite. That's down from 6, maybe 6.5 at the high. Texas and Ohio State played 3 times. Texas with a 2-1 record against the Ohio State Buckeyes. The last meeting in the 2009 Fiesta Bowl, Texas wins that one 24-21. I'm sure you all remember the Quan Cosby dive. Quan says he was just trying to get his butt in the end zone. He says he wasn't showboating, but the referee wasn't buying it, threw a flag on him anyway. I'm gonna go with Quan. I believe he wasn't showboating. He just said, I know I gotta get this ball in the end zone. A prediction for this Cotton Bowl matchup in the college football playoff semifinals against the Ohio State Buckeyes. All the talk coming out of the college football world since last Wednesday has been Ohio State's about to blow Texas out. And emotionally, I get that. Texas got a big lead against Clemson. Let Clemson get back in the game. Put it away late. They really struggled against Arizona State after building a quick, big lead. And that Arizona State team just hasn't gotten any love, any respect on the national scene. And Texas had to complete a 4th and 13, 28-yard touchdown pass just to take that thing to overtime. End up pulling it out in double overtime. By the way, Quinn Ewers was absolutely amazing from about 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter on through overtime in that game. I don't have the stats in front of me, but it was outstanding. So Texas struggled a little bit against 2 teams that I don't think a lot of people are giving a lot of respect. Ohio State, on the other hand, goes out and sets a blistering pace, going up 21 points to nothing on Tennessee, 21 points to nothing on Oregon. They win that game against Oregon really comfortably, 42-21. Oregon, the number 1 team in the country. So all the talk, Texas has no chance. Very, very much like in 2006 against USC. We're not hearing the greatest team of all time stuff. The ESPN guys aren't comparing this Ohio State Buckeyes team against NFL teams and trying to say who would win. So I guess there's a little bit of respect, but certainly to hear most pundits talk, Texas doesn't have a chance. 2 really, really, really good defenses in this game, and they're almost identical statistically. And then I think you've got 2 good offenses. They both kind of have their spots, and they're different spots where there's some weakness there. Very explosive, almost identical statistically. Listen, I don't. Our friend over at SEC Unfiltered, Chris Phillips, was talking about Ohio State staying hot. I don't believe in getting hot in football. I don't even think that's a thing. This is not baseball where you get in the zone with the bats at the right time, no matter who you're facing, and you're playing multiple games, days, day over day, you're playing games. It's not the same thing. In football, what you did 7 to 10 days ago doesn't mean anything about the outcome of the next game. Absolutely nothing. You could argue that Ohio State is super confident, and I'll agree with you on that. But hot, I just don't think that's a thing that happens in football. I think Texas is going to have to play probably the best game of the 24 season on Friday to leave the Cotton Bowl with a win and a berth to their first national championship game since 2009. And I think that's exactly what they're going to do. Again, Rose Bowl 2006 vibes all over the place for this one. I don't think I've heard as much hype for one team and as much and I want to use the term disrespect lightly. I don't feel like people are disrespecting Texas necessarily, but I struggle to find a better word for it. They're just counting Texas out, and I don't think I've seen it this lopsided since that 2006 Rose Bowl. Again, if you're in the chat and you have, let me know. I think this Texas team is going to show up focused tomorrow night. I think they're going to rattle Will Howard early and bring up the ghost of Texas defense's past. And I think they're going to win in a tight, low-scoring game. I got Texas 20-16 over Ohio State. There will certainly have to be some turnovers in the mix for that to happen. Texas is going to have to be able to run the football. It's going to take a lot of the stuff we've talked about today in those 4 keys for that to happen. But I think that's what we're going to see happen